My friends, today is the day we get more Space Marine characters. First of all, Space Marine Captain with jump pack and relic shields. This one is gonna be available for a long time as Games Workshop promised us. Caanok Var for Iron Hands, and of course Suboden Khan for the White Scars. And the first box that has this model is Combat Patrol White Scars. That is why I had to buy this one. Today we're gonna open all of them and take a look what's inside. Let's start with a smaller box. Captain with jump pack. This captain looks quite nice. It has some thunder hammer, chain sword, and a fancy looking shield. And let's see what's inside of the box. Inside we find a 40mm base, instruction manual, and of course a sprue. This is our sprue. Nothing really unusual here. I really like the rubble, first of all. This rubble looks fantastic. We have two options, as it seems, for the head. We have a helmeted option and a helmetless. And we also have some weaponry. I really like the chainsword. It looks absolutely fantastic. The thunder hammer is a little bit too small for my liking. Looks almost fragile. And that looks like a Vanguard veteran miniature, but Primaris. This is the first vibe I get. Other than that, that looks very neat. Not really warped that much. And let's take a look at the instruction manual. We're supposed to assemble his base first, the legs, the arms, then we have an option for a melee weapon, the jump pack, two heads, and a storm shield. And that is pretty much the options that we are allowed to assemble. 2 heads, 2 melee weapons. Not really that much, my friends. But looks solid, I like it. We're gonna build the spell for sure. And that is a captain with a jump pack and relic shields. Next we get Caanok Var, the long-awaited character for Iron Hands. I think this is the second named character for the Iron Hands, and this is a shame that they don't have more. It looks absolutely fantastic when painted. This is a Terminator armor miniature, and let's see what's inside. This one comes with a 50mm base. He is a captain of the Terminators. We have a sprue and we have an instruction manual. Let's take a look at the sprue first. First of all, what I really like about this one is a lot of pipes. Very serious looking Terminator. Really fancy pauldron for the Iron Hands. They're looking absolutely fantastic. And a very solid Crux Terminator's pauldron here. Very, very nice. There is a servo skull. This is probably even 2 servo skulls, by the way it looks, because he's supposed to have 2. 1 on each side. A solid base. And the rest is Terminator beats pretty much. He has very nice weapon. I don't really like his tilting shield. Look at this. This tilting shield looks tiny. I mean, look at this. Even the jump captain with the relic shield has a cooler one. What is it? What is it, Games Workshop? Tell me. I don't know, my friends. This looks tiny. I'm definitely not using this one. I will have to use another one. I'm pretty sure about that. Other than that, that looks fairly solid. This sprue has a potential for kit bash for Terminator Tech Marine. I'm pretty sure people did this with the Iron Father Ferrous, but now this is the second option for a Tech Marine. Looking very, very neat. He has a camera array too, sitting on top of his armor. Looking very, very cool. This one looks fantastic. Yeah, very solid miniature. We're definitely building this spell soon. Let's take a look at the mini in the instruction manual. This is how you build the torso. More torso beats. And this guy does not have any optional assembly at all. This is a bit sad. He doesn't have spare parts. First of all, he doesn't have spare parts. Secondly, he's gonna look like a twin brother to another one on the battlefield. That's a bit sad, but this is better than nothing, my friends, and I think Iron Hands players should be very, very happy about this one. At least I am happy, and I'm not even an Iron Hands player. Alright. The last but not least, Combat Patrol White Scars. Let's see what's in here. We have an Impulsor. This is a transport, dedicated transport for Primaris Marines. We have 3 Outriders, Suboden Khan, and Assault Intercessors, which presumably are supposed to be sitting in the Impulsor. So let's see what's in here. We have locks here, plastic locks, which I will have to cut. Wow, and we get a box packed with good stuff. First of all, White Scars. Something tells me the assembly instructions are very thorough, probably because of the Impulsor. We're gonna take a look at that moments later. We have some bases for Assault Intercessors, standard 32mm bases. Let's take a look here. Alright, this is, presumably, the miniature of Suboden Khan. Look at this. Look at this. This looks very, very nice. First of all, I see 2 options for the head, which is really, really cool. These heads are very disturbing. They're just hanging on his belt. And he looks like a very, very cool Space Marine leader. He has round shields. Yeah, what do you think of these kind of shields, by the way? Let me know in the comments below. It's apparently not only the Space Wolves that use round shields. This is also a thing for White Scars. And I really like his weapon. It looks absolutely fantastic. So far it looks like that the head is the only optional assembly part here. So this is first sprue, pretty sure there will be more. This one is for bikers. We can see a bunch of arms. This is the biker kit. This is another sprue for the Suboden Khan. This is his graph cycle. Lots of technical details. This is definitely a vehicle thing. And we see a scenic base. They even made grass here. Look at this, guys. Look at this. There are some grassy steps that he is riding through. Wow, that looks very, very cool. We're definitely building this pal. Next, we get more things for the bikers. They're actually somehow a bit smaller. I anticipated more beats for the bikers, but the bikes seem to be not very, very large. Let me know, please, if you know if these are easy to build bikers, if there is like easy to build and not so easy to build bikers, because I think the only bikers that I possess are from the Indomitus box. And it looks like this one is exactly the same, because it says Games Workshop Limited 2020. This must be exactly the bikers that you can find in other existing boxes. These are not new, definitely. Alright, this looks like something for the Impulsor. Plastic leftovers here, some base. And this is the Impulsor itself. It looks like a tank, very similar to regular tanks. I have built a bunch of Predators in my early days, and this looks like one. And we also get, what is it? Assault Intercessor. Okay, I'm gonna move things aside so we can actually see stuff. Very excited about Suboden Khan. We see Assault Intercessors, my friends. These are the Assault Intercessors. These are the standard Assault Intercessors, not easy to build ones. And they look very, very cool. I'm not entirely sure if I have any, but they have really cool beats. First of all, Plasma Hands for a Sergeant, Flamer, Chain Swords, and normal swords, power swords. This is a power sword. Actually has a lot of cool beats, looking very, very cool. We even have some different heads, including a head for an Iron Hands suitable character. This looks interesting. Why is it empty? Why is it empty? Does anybody know? I have no clue. Yeah, that looks bizarre. Anyways, this is the assault intercessors, and we get more things. This looks like a second sprue for the impulsor. Lots of details. Yeah, this is definitely impulsor. Looks a bit boring, to be honest. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I was never impressed by impulsors. What else do we have here? We have a bunch of bases for the bikers, namely 4 of them, because we get exactly 4 bikers. Easy to build bikers. And Suboden Khan. This is the biker bases. And this is the base for the impulsor. What is it, 100 millimeters? Easily calculate this. Yeah, this is 100 millimeters base for the impulsor. Looking very nice. We also get White Scars transfer sheets. This looks very, very nice. And this looks like a brand new one because it says Games Workshop 2025. So it must be a new transfer sheet for the White Scars. White Scars people, congratulations on getting this one. And that is pretty much what's in the box. Let's briefly take a look at the instruction manual. Let's check if we were right about the Suboden Khan. Yeah, we have all sorts of bases here. This is the Suboden Khan assembly. We have some weapons, heavy bolt pistol, onslaught Gatling cannon, power lance. This is the thing that is called power lance, and he has a power sword, obviously. We built his graph bike like this. Looks actually quite nice. This mini is very dynamic. Yeah, and the only assembly that is optional is his hat. And I really like his helmeted hat. It looks absolutely fantastic. The helmetless one actually is also good. Yeah, looking very, very neat. I'm definitely building this pal. Next we get assault intercessors. Yeah, all sorts of optional assembly. These ones are for combat patrol. It's actually quite neat that they mention which ones are explicitly used for combat patrol purposes. Lots of dynamic poses. I probably will keep these assault intercessors because they open a lot of kit bashing opportunities for my Deathwatch. We have some bikers, outrider sergeants. Yeah, no glue is required, apparently. These are easy to build bikers, and I'm not entirely sure if there are any non-easy to build bikers, hard to build bikers. They're presumably all of them are easy to build. And this is the impulsor itself. Yeah, we assemble the body of it. Looks like a Predator to me, to be honest. Yeah, some graph plates. It does have some optional assembly. Okay, so it can launch some things from its sides. Very, very interesting. It has some sort of machine gun or something. And we can even put a Space Marine head sitting and looking out of it. Very, very interesting. This is how you place it on the base. This is a 100mm base. We were totally right. And you can also add this, what looks like a rocket launcher thing, at its back. And this is how you assemble this thing. Or you can even place, look at this, you can even place some commands radar system or something. Wow, that looks pretty cool. This is like 4 options for you to assemble it. I didn't know that. That actually looks neat. And this is how it looks when assembled and painted. Very, very cool. So, my friends, this is all we have for today. Let me know in the comments below what you were anticipating to see most. Was it Captain with Jump Pack and Relic Shield? Was it Caanok Var? Was it Suboden Khan? Let me know. Stay tuned for some assembly videos coming up really soon. I'm really excited about these minis. We're gonna build at least 3 of them. If you like this video, please consider liking it and subscribe to the channel. This way you will get more content like this in the future, and I will get to build more minis. As always, check out the video that you see now on your screen. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.